That's probably one of the biggest questions that I get from people that are considering to have their own online reselling business. Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm with Paladin Global Market. I've been an online reseller on eBay for over 16 years. I've sold on many other platforms than just eBay, but I just keep coming back to it. It's my sweet spot. I've made a ton of money from there, and it's just really easy to work into my daily life. I've been a full-time reseller, a part-time reseller, a little bit reseller, and then you can amp it back up. That's the cool thing about reselling, is that you can have it fit your lifestyle. And do you want to make a little extra money so you can go on a vacation or pay off some debt or, retire early? You have that flexibility. So today I wanted to take the time to just review. This was prompted from a question I received this morning. It's a new reseller. They are reselling on eBay. They just listed 2 items probably about 2 weeks ago, and they were just frustrated. They haven't sold anything yet, and they literally asked, should I just throw in the towel? I don't know what to do. And so I want to take this time to show you the money. So every Thursday on my Facebook group, Paladin Global Market, I take the time to break down one of the items that I've sold recently through my eBay store. That I break down the sold, the sales tax, the shipping, the eBay fees, the PayPal fees, and the great thing that you want to know, the profit. So I wanted to just go ahead and go over several of my recent trending Thursday items that I have broken down for my Facebook group. And if this is something that interests you in the future, make sure you check it out. It is Paladin Global Market, and I'd love to have you there. Okay, so the first one we're going to do, as you can see here, is a marine GPS. Now, I've sold this for one of my eBay consignment clients. It was literally just sitting in their garage collecting dust. They had no need for it anymore. As you see here, it's sold for $207.19 after eBay fees, PayPal fees. As you see, everything broken down, net profit, $157.04. So after that, as a consignment reseller, that's one of my business models for reselling online, is I sell things for other people on eBay. And that's something that you can do as well. If that's something that doesn't interest you, or you just kind of want to get your feet wet first and reselling online for your own items, I actually recommend that to my students, because you really don't want to start taking on the responsibility of other people's items until you really got a good grasp on the eBay sales cycle, and to really see, is this something that you enjoy? So as you see on this one, the net profit was $157. And as a consignment seller, I made a nice little percent off of that amount. Okay, so the next thing is, this is really cool. This is a Westphalia German silver coin. This thing was the size of the palm of my hand, and it was heavy too. This is actually the second time that it sold. The first time it sold, I learned something new. Even after doing this almost 2 decades, you can still learn new things, right? So on this one, I sold it to someone in another country. I'm currently in the United States. And when I went to go ship it, I found out that country did not allow it. And so the buyer was trying to get me to falsify the custom records, and I'm just not comfortable with that. So I said, no, I'm so sorry. Here's your money back. Of course, it wasted some time for me, but I learned a lesson, and I'm sharing it with you guys as well. So if you do sell international, make sure you check those limitations for your different countries. So for this one, I refunded the money, relisted it. I sold it, I think, about 2 more weeks later. Now, this coin, although it was authentic because I know the owner of it, we never got it verified. So that was going to be the next step, is if we didn't sell it in a couple of weeks, I was going to go ahead and ship it off to have them authenticate it and such. But I didn't need to. We saved the money and the time, and we knew it was genuine as well, so we were good with that. As you can see, sold for $233, net profit $179. This was just sitting in his dresser drawer for years. So that's a pretty nice little profit there. All right, the next thing. All right, Apple products. Oh my gosh, guys, those are my biggest winners. Those are my consistent bread and butter. You can make a lot of money selling Apple products. So many people have old iPhones, iPads, even iPod. I sold an iPod recently, one of those little old ones. So many people have those around their house that they're no longer using. So I highly recommend, if you do have one, to consider reselling it on eBay. As you can see on this one, the gigabytes, of course, do matter, and how old or new it is, of course, will affect the price. But on this one, it sold for $346. Now, that's some pretty good money. Net profit, $276.58. This was literally just sitting around I have another client. This was sitting around her home, and she wasn't using it anymore. So that was pretty nice to sell. And as a reseller for her, I also, of course, received a good profit from it. Okay. All right, so JL Audio Marine Amplifier. This came from another one of my clients. It was from their boat. They switched out their speaker set, and you can see here, oh my gosh, $532. It was great. It was just sitting in boxes. It was something that they had no longer had a need for, but it was just sitting there. And I'm like, you guys, I can sell that for you. And they're like, yes, here, take it. $435. You can kind of do the math based on a percent. Typical consignment fees are based on the amount the item has sold for. So I'm not going to disclose the amount that I made on this one, but you can usually say about 30 to 40% based on the client and the agreement that you have with them up front. So this was a good thing to resell. A lot of people have parts in their garages that they don't even realize is a lot of money just sitting there. Okay, the next thing, Sonos wireless speakers, and I actually have several more parts from that unit, some stands and a sound bar to sell as well. But this one sold, so $286. Oh my gosh, they were so heavy. I had to severely bubble wrap them. I guess severely is a strong word, but you know what I mean. I wanted to make sure they arrived to the buyer in good shape, and thankfully they did. Net profit, $194.66. Pretty cool. Do you have some speakers sitting around your house? Okay, so the next thing is this one you're probably not going to think of. And my client, when I told them they was sitting in their garage and they're like, we don't sell that. I was like, I can sell that for you. Like a beach chair? I'm like, yes, it's a Tommy Bahama beach chair. It sold, as you can see, $100.53. It was used. They could not believe it. So net profit after that, the shipping was pretty heavy. And so we did take a best offer on this one where we incorporated the shipping on it. So the net amount after fees, $45.92. We sold this in August. So the cool thing about this one, I added this to my online course for my students as well, is watch your market values. They will change. I mean, seasonal demands change. Just like in the stores, when you go in August, they're going to have beach chairs, umbrellas, suntan lotion. You go into Walmart in Christmas time, they're not going to have the beach chairs and the suntan lotions. They're not as valuable to the clients then, because that's not what the customers, because that's not what they're looking for. That's not going to meet their needs. So this one was sold at the heat of summer, literally August in Florida. And I did not want it to go into the fall and us start losing that market value. So we went ahead, like I said, accept a little bit of a best offer. But my point is, when I first ran the comps on this and accepted it from my consignment client, it was actually in April. And when I did the comps then, it was half that amount. So as the summer progressed, the market value went up. So make sure you're double checking your comps. If you have a listing that's been sitting there a while, make sure as well, hey, why is it sitting here? What's the competition looking like, so that you can adjust and adapt to that. Okay, so the next thing is Ugg Sandals. Oh, so this is a fun one. So I love going to clearance centers, and if you have one around, guys, you have got to check it out. There's plenty of inventory out there for everybody. This one was a Dillard's clearance center where it's brand new items. You have to watch. Sometimes they do put marks on the shoes and stuff. So if it's a shoe that I can't get the mark off, I won't get it. But this one was actually on a rubber sole, and you just use hand sanitizer and let it sit on there for probably 30 seconds, and then you can rub it right off. Do that before you take your pictures, because if there's any type of a blemish still there, you want to make sure it's shown in your pictures. So show you the money, $62.50. Net profit, $27.09. After I purchased them, they were $7. So I made a good $20 after that. That's not bad. I mean, it was a really easy thing. If you do $20 profits all day long, it adds up. And that's the key for having an eBay business, is finding those daily little bread and butter type items that continue to feed your business and your income. All right, this one I believe is our last one. It's another Apple iPhone. This actually was my daughter's. So we had the iPhone, and we also, no, I think this one was mine actually. And then I had the OtterBox case. I had used it for several months, and I was doing an upgrade. And I knew that I could make a lot more by doing it myself than just trading it in with AT&T. So as you see here, $425, and my net profit, $368.48. So next time you go to trading your phone, make sure you check those eBay sold comps and see, is it something you can just sell yourself and make a good $150 or so more than what the cell phone provider is offering to you? So these are some things to show you the money. Make sure you check out my Facebook page, Paladin Global Market. And if you'd like to join our email list, it's at my website, paladinglobalmarket.com. We'd love to have you. We have some exciting things coming in the new year, and so you definitely don't want to miss out. This is Michelle with Paladin Global Market. If you're enjoying this, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button. I'll be going live once a month. You guys take care. Have a great day.